sprayer nozzle housing that I cracked. I don't have any spares. You are now watching the 2025 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. Previously, we sprayed a bunch of crops. Today, we're hoping for another good day. So we got water and chemical and the pump and everything else ready to go. I did not fill this tote. We should have enough water between the 5 totes that we got to wrap up at that farm, and then we will head back this way. So appreciate you guys watching along. Let's get into it. Before we get too far in today's video, there's people that get all worked up with everything I do no matter what, but as you see, we're hooked up and ready to go combining. So the videos are a little further behind on purpose for a lot of things. We got some culverts. So this sprayer worked out absolutely amazing for me. Somebody said I got to do maintenance. I should have fixed the line that I pointed out was bad. And I just like to answer some of the questions and comments. So this is the line that I pointed out and said this will blow on us one day. Not the big line that we went all the way back. Granted, Frank has a Rogator sprayer that I tried to buy 2 years ago. 60-foot booms. Very nice setup. He's battled some things with it. So that line that I did was overall with the oil, it was like $400 and something, $496. He just had a line blow on his Rogator, and it was $879 for the line. So at the end of the day, they all have their problems. Was our Raven controller set up perfect? No, but we knew what our flow was, so we could change our speed based on that. We will get there. It has a radar, tells you your ground speed. Does not have a working PSI sensor. These are our boom gauges, so we know on each one. And at the end of the day, I've looked at all our crops. Everything's where it should be as far as the weed killing. We might have some more challenging weeds to actually kill, but all the no-till stuff is deading except for the crop. We got to go back in and put some liquid down on it to keep it going along. But honestly, I'm very happy with that sprayer and how everything worked out. Somebody did point out that my math was wrong. Yes, when I'm sitting in front of a camera and I said the wrong thing, everybody calls you out and says you don't know what you're doing or spraying or anything else like that. Give me a moment. Yes, so I was going off a half gallon, not a gallon, so I missaid when I said a gallon. But when we penciled it out, we were in a good spot. And as far as I said, somebody was like, you're over, or you're the reason why we have all these problems with plants and stuff like that. Well, I was actually slightly under applying on everything than over applying in case we had to make another pass on something and we could put glyphosate back into it. Roundup is glyphosate, and if we need a trialatrazine or anything else like that to get going, we can go get it. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I missaid as I was doing a lot of things in my head, and we did a gallon or a half gallon instead of a gallon, which at the end of the day is not anybody else's problem. But there's a bunch of people that said you don't know how to spray because you don't know how to do math and this, that. My bad. I misspoke as I was doing a whole bunch of things, and I meant to say a half gallon because I'm using a half gallon to fill everything, than a gallon. So 64 ounces, yes, 128. But alrighty, I figured I'd talk about a few things. The sprayer gets people very worked up for some reason, and at the end of the day, just that was worth getting the sprayer. But the fact that it's all yellow Well, the cows are having a good time. It's all yellow through the no-tilled stuff, and the corn's all coming up through it. I did mess up out there as far as planting, and I don't know how I did that. And the soybeans are looking absolutely phenomenal. Actually, I'll drop a picture right here of the soybeans that you will see get sprayed in this video that look horrible, and then you can compare and tell me if we did an okay job. But alrighty, let's dive into the video, but I'll put that in there, and we're gonna keep kicking along. It's things are finally coming together for us. So yeah, this ground over here I don't expect as good, but yes, weeds are way ahead of us. Should have paid somebody to do it. I messed up. This will burn it down. We'll get it cleaned up. Harley's here. Hi. Once they're cleaned up, I think they'll be a whole lot better. So they look really good once they're cleaned, I think. Especially for being, the ground over here is not as good as the other ground over there. It's just doesn't have as much organic matter, doesn't have as much soil, doesn't have a lot of things. So she's filming me. We're gonna go grab breakfast quick, and then we'll go grab the sprayer and get it moved. Alrighty, we will get ourselves loaded up. So we're gonna use just over one load here. Like I said, beans over here, they're doing something. They're not amazing. They gotta get cleaned up, and I think they'll be okay. They were planted roughly a week later. So on this sprayer, we have a rear hookup to fill water. We just don't have the sizing right. Next year, we're gonna have a better setup. We're better than the year before. We're doing much better. Yeah, so if this keeps up, I figured out, knock on wood, this thing runs all day, and we get all our crops sprayed. Between what we're using for the chemical and the cost of the sprayer and the acres we covered, we're right around like $23, $24 an acre to spray. Not bad. So that includes this. So next year, it's just maintenance on this and cost of chemical. But let me get loaded with some water. Well, we got something great for you guys. What's in the box? Yanko, what's in the box? What do you think? BarkBox hit us up. Let me give you the rundown of it. What is inside each box? 2 original toys, 2 full bags of treats, and 1 chew. Delivered monthly to your door. Fully customized based on your dog's preference, allergies, toy preference, featuring a fun new theme each month. And what makes them special? Designed in-house and inspired by monthly themes. So this box gets recognized by your dog and gives them a joyful experience each month. Yanko, what do you think's in the box? What do you think is in here? Okay, let's open it up. We got goodies for them. So as you see on here, making dogs happy for over 70 dog years. But a little sword. What's this little sword? Yanko is extremely excited. So when I picked it out, I said aggressive chewers because, well, that guy right there, he loves to chew things. But we have a rundown of all sorts of goodies. Dental chews for the dog, toys, treats, and this is a subscription box for your dog. What is that? Have you ever seen him this excited and patient? We got cheesy peasy soft bakes, and then we also got Lucky Duckies soft baked dog treats. So I take it one's cheese, right there it says cheese on it, and then the other one's got some duck in it. So we'll see if they can do some tricks for us for this, and then they'll get their toys to play with. Can you stand, Yanko?
Girl, high five. Good girl.
Clearly, they approve of them. Alrighty, what do you want next? The toys? There's one. You're not sure. Here's another one. There's more. Appreciate Bark being the partner of today's video, and the dogs are absolutely gonna have a field day with it. Yinko is obsessed with anything that squeaks, and his mission is always to pull the squeaker out of him. So he's working on it. And right now, BarkBox is offering an exclusive deal. Sign up today and get your free extra toy in every box for a full year. That's 3 toys, 2 bags of treats a month at no extra cost. When you sign up today, you'll need an extra toy in your house. It's an amazing deal, and you don't want to miss out. This is probably why our AC is a little cold, warm. I was just like, why is it hot in here? I fixed the AC. Yeah, the wire came unhooked. Yeah, that's wild. I've never, must have bounced off somewhere. We were coming back and I was like, it is hot in here. So, alrighty. Well, that's a plus. So, we have 20 acres left that is ready to spray. So we're gonna get that done, but I'm gonna have Harley before I lose her for the rest of the day and tomorrow. She's gonna give me a ride up to get the Kenworth, and then I can spray these 2 fields out front. Gotta remember not to spray the sunflowers. The sunflowers are looking good. Yeah. Spray support trailer is home, which is a good feeling. So we do have 2 totes. So we got a little, what do we got left? Like 25 gallons of Roundup, a little less than that, because it's sloped. This tote and this tote actually had some corn starter fertilizer in them, so we diluted them down with a bunch of water. They had like maybe 20 gallons, not even. I think this was about empty. That one probably had 20 gallons in it, so we diluted them down. I'm gonna put it through the sprayer and hopefully not burn the corn. It's gonna be diluted enough, but we'll do that on corn on the neighboring property, give it a jump. We're gonna go out and spray these 2 fields out front, which is about 20 acres, and then we will be done for right now. The next fields on the next property, we got the one up here. We'll wait a day, probably a week, and we'll go out and spray it, let it get up a little bit so it can canopy, keep any other weeds. Yes, if we use other products, we'd be further ahead. Not further ahead, but we got some options. Bringing the sprayer into our arsenal for this year was a big game changer. Next year we'll keep working on it. We got to put airbags, stuff like that, but having the sprayer, honestly, in the last 24 hours I've sprayed 160 acres of ground, which is, I'd like to think, somewhat okay for something that an old jalopy and makeshift trailer. And pretty much, well, me and Harley's moved me around. We do have to get it set up so that we can load water through here out of a pump, so that will be for next year. Make so it doesn't spray all over me or any of that stuff, make it so much better. But yeah, old jalopy sprayer is doing its thing. So let's go spray 20 acres and then we'll probably just go on a vacation. Isn't that what crop farmers do? Get the crops done, go on vacation? Ah, no, we got to work on the combine. We got a lot of things to actually do. Overall, this crop is looking pretty good. I wish it was 3 weeks, 4 weeks ahead, but we're making do with what we got. It's consistent. Down there in the bottom was where we couldn't plant anything, and you can see how it's all green through everything. So even on this super wet year, we've done a better job of getting it done. So we made Kyle work and figured that out, which is really nice. Yeah, it is very consistent this year, which I'm glad. I'm just a little late, same as everybody else. So There's some people that got some corn in real early and it looks real good, but we couldn't do that with our ground. Well, you guys are shaking around a little bit. Not as smooth as ground, but pretty good corn. Honestly, I can blatantly see where our test strip controls were. We're using the Redox product. So we'll come back and look at it, but I can once it's sprayed off, that way you can really get a visual of it. I do have one housing, sprayer nozzle housing, that I cracked. I don't have any spares. We're gonna get some spares, but we have 12 acres left, so not ideal, but this stuff's pretty clean, honestly. A little bit of mustard, but other than that, pretty clean. So I went in extra row, that way we don't kill our sunflowers that are actually growing up around the outside of this field. And why do we have sunflowers? Just for Harley, get her a good view. She mentioned wanting to plant some sunflowers. I said, I'll plant them around one cornfield. So that's why we got sunflower meters. They are growing pretty well, and they should look cool in the fall. So, last field for now. Okay, so we need another housing. We need a bunch of them because we got a little close to the woods or something. We're still remembering how to run things. Or if they just break, and some of them are just brittle. But overall, we have sprayed, I don't even know now, I gotta pencil it out. We got like 40 acres left of spraying to do, and we'll probably do it beginning of next week. We'll let that corn grow up, and we'll go from there. I did see some oil in the road, but I don't see anything really leaking of ours. There's like drip marks. We're actually looking pretty good. So the drive motors on these are expensive, but overall what we need to do moving forward, we need to tint it because you can't see much, or you get real warm in there. We need to figure out why the AC turns on and off. It might be low. We got to put airbags on it and probably put an electric clutch on it at some point, because that would make our lives a whole lot better. But this whole setup worked. And somebody pointed out and said, you need to take the VIN and get the right part. Other people have different parts on theirs. Well, if you know a dairy farmer, usually dairy farmers cob things together. And I used to be a dairy farmer. So most dairy farmer friends of mine, if something breaks, they figure out how to fix it, if it's right or wrong. So I'm pretty sure we have the right thing based off of what the other sprayers and all the sprayers I've seen as far as the pump. And it worked. It honestly worked really well. We got to do some stuff with the Raven controller and probably switch all the nozzles out to something that I like a little more. But otherwise, our cheap sprayer just sprayed a bunch of ground. So very excited. I think we're calling it a day for this. So appreciate you guys. And Harley's off showing. I'm going to probably join her. Try to relax for like 10 minutes, and when I looked at the temperature, it was 95 out, so it's a warm one today. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.